On last week's video, we cut some fresh lion sign, but didn't have the snow to follow it.
He's all over in here. Oh, there's a kill. Sweet, look at this.
Well, we got the snow, and so this week we're following Benji on a hike to see if we can find this cat.
These things are creepy, man. Today, I'm going out looking for predators. I'm gonna go check for some tracks, kind of learn the area a little bit more. Ooh, that looks pretty good. That was deer. The roads are pretty sketchy. I don't have chains on, so number one goal here is not getting stuck and getting the other guys out of their stands or anything to come help me. So, oh yeah, there we go. Stay on the road. Anyway, we're gonna go see what we can find and get some exercise. I just saw a cat run across the road. It's a pretty good sized lion, probably 120 pounds-ish. About 75 yards ahead of me. Pretty awesome. It just bounded across the road, and I'd just been thinking, like, what a great stretch to see something. At least some tracks. So we're gonna slip around here and see if I can get eyes on it, but if not, I'm just gonna have to start walking it down. We're about no more than 15-20 minutes behind it right now. Hard walking in knee-deep snow uphill. So branches underneath everywhere. I've gone down 3 or 4 times. This ain't for everybody. But if you want a good workout and you don't want to stand on a treadmill, jump on a cat track and see where you end up. It's in the 20s out here, and I'm down to 2 layers. You're tracking these cats and climbing around in knee-deep snow all day. You have no trouble staying warm. It's when you stop. So, went ultralight, didn't bring any water, brought a little pocket water filter. So, I'm kind of bummed I didn't bring my titanium cup to melt some snow and hang out up here for a little bit. But again, we're above the lion. Winds going back behind me here, and we're just paralleling it. I'm trying to hopefully catch it coming up and over this ridge. If not, I'm gonna work my way back down, cut the track, and then get back on it. There we go. Super exciting. We're right back on it. Just running this ridge. I knew we'd cut this track. It's a relaxed stride. It doesn't look like going anywhere fast, so I just gotta take my time here. With the snow around, I can see really good up ahead of me. This cat stands out. It's beige, long, and it stands out like a deer in this country, so I got my snow camo on. It just gives me another second to not be detected if it sees some movement. You just gotta keep putting one foot in front of the other. Anything can happen. He could catch a deer, eat a ton, and then not be able to run. He could just be sitting right around the corner here, wondering what's kind of behind him and checking his back trail. So just focus on going slow, looking ahead, keeping the wind in my face, and getting some good exercise. You can't go wrong. It's way better being inside today, so no complaints. Not really gaining on him, I don't think, at all. Obviously, it's thick. I'm going to try and get up above him here and loop him and hit this ridge. It looks like probably about half mile, quarter mile up above, and then come down another ridge and see if I cut the track. Maybe I'll get ahead of him and if I don't see the track, I'll sit on that ridge for a little bit. It's awesome when you're stalking these things though, because you're on high alert. You don't know if they're coming back around or up ahead of you, so you're checking even your back trail and just expected them to be looking at you with that tail wagging. So anyway, it's a little different than chasing a deer or an elk. It's a real deal, and it's a great workout, like I said. So having fun. So we've been running this ridge trying to get ahead of the cat, and we just caught the track again. It's super fresh. It's really zigzagging a lot here in this thick stuff, showing me that this cat is looking for these deer. There's a lot of deer moving through, a lot of tracks. So I think this cat's really slowed down. It's just taking his time hunting. The stride's really short and cautious, and it's really sneaking through this ridge top looking. So we're just gonna pick our way along here. The cat just went off to the right here, back to the east, and I'm just gonna again just parallel it because I can see so much better on this ridge, and my best chance of getting a shot at it is sneaking along in this semi-open ridge top, and just making sure I hit the track every 20-30 minutes that I'm on the right trail. But so far so good. Still relaxed up here, and it's moving pretty slow and hunting, it looks like. So let's keep our fingers crossed, and we got all day, so let's just keep picking along here. Day 3 here on the cats, and got a track already. Only about 10 minutes out of camp. Still dark out, about 6 a.m. Snowed last night, so this snow is fresh as of, I'd say, about the time we went to bed, which is about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's pretty old for a track. I'm not going to jump on this one right away. It is a good sized cat. It's going the other way. It's heading back to camp to the south here. But we're going to go drive around a little bit more and see if we can catch something a little bit fresher. So this could be as 6-8 hours plus old, but he also didn't come up on the other roads I've crossed this morning. So kind of means it might be down in this bottom here, which is a good sign. So I might be able to get caught up on this. So we'll go a little farther, see if we can catch this one that I've been tracking the last few days, and see if I can cut a fresh track here. Got her out of the road a little bit. Thing's frozen and caked in there, so I think when I come back through I'll hit it with the chainsaw and get it all out of the road. But let's go see if we can get those tracks. So we got a fresh track here. Been out about 30-45 minutes. This is the freshest one yet, so I think we're gonna have to jump on this. Check it out. So I'm hoping this cat made a kill. He's on some deer tracks, or she is, and we can bump it off the kill and or sneak up on it. So we're gonna go real slow here. Track's pretty fresh. It was definitely early this morning. So let's go take a little walk and see what comes up. just sits under a tree and watches a deer trail. There's a deer trail probably 8 yards away, and when I've been tracking these guys the last few days, they'll just sit next to one of these trees and just kind of watch these trails, just like as if they were hunting with primitive weapon, basically a bow or an atlatl. And I'm sure when that deer gets too close, 2 pounds and they're on it. So they are good hunters, and it's thick woods in here. Really hard to sneak around in here without getting just dumped with snow, and being quiet's really tricky. So anyway, we'll just keep poking along. You just never know when you're gonna bump one. He's gonna go up a tree or give you a shot or come take a look. Track's still just fresh this morning, so we could catch up with this guy. So he's sitting right back in there under that tree. And here I'm standing on the game trail. So they're really smart hunters, obviously. They know what these deer are doing. They're coming out of the country, high country, and they're just patrolling and looking for an ambush. So this cat stalk's turning into an arrow collecting hike. There's ocean spray everywhere in here. It makes one of the best, I think the best primitive arrow. It's super dense. The only way I broke one was shooting it through a turkey, and that's an acceptable way to break an arrow. But I couldn't break it otherwise, so I'm collecting shafts here for my self bow and stuff. We'll cut one down here. They're just everywhere, so I want to take home a half-dozen good shafts to whip up for bear and turkey, and maybe some hogs down Florida way and Georgia way this late winter. Got 4 really nice arrows. This stuff kind of in the old growth forest is really reaching for the sky, so it's growing really straight and upright. And this shaft here has got no branches on it the whole way through. So this is going to be a bomber shaft. These things make 650, 700 grain arrows. So this lion hunt's turning into a really good arrow collection hunt. It's my last day here, so it'd be great to put together a kit of these arrows for the next hunts. These deer know where the food is. All these rosehip bushes and branches that fall down with the moss on them, the deer just hammer them. So we've learned to pay attention to stuff like that, just besides their migration routes, and find spots in the migration routes, and also with these food ambush spots. But they didn't get them all. No wonder those ones aren't ready. Some of them just are really hard and dry, and some are just like cherry applesauce. I think they found most of the good ones on there. So we just cut a wolf track, a loner, and I cut one yesterday as well. Don't know if it's the same one, but ran him all the way up to the top road, and then he went straight up the hill. So pretty aggressive. But then that first cat track I saw this morning in the dark that was headed back this way towards camp, came back and picked it up crossing this main road here that goes to camp, and it's headed up towards where the wolf went. So these things are kind of all around, and I mean, I think we've seen sign every day and heard howling like 2 times. So cats are abundant, the wolves are definitely here. That's kind of the forests of Idaho now. I tracked it all day. I was right behind it.
And you couldn't catch up?
It was thick. I was right on it. I was tiptoeing on it. But it's so thick in this whippy, bent over stuff. Yeah. And I'm just like, my shit's soaking wet. And I'm just crawling under holes. And it's walking logs. And I'm like, deer are busting. And I'm like, it's got to be right here, right here. And the thing I needed was my bleat. I was going to sit there on a ridge and bleat. And I took my other vest. And it's in this vest.
Did you try your best dog howl?
I didn't. I just thought I was going to see it. The wind was coming up, so I was just on this ridge looking, and I'd move a little, look, and then all of a sudden it went down into where these deer came out of. So I looped it and got on the other side, and I was going to sit this ridge and wait for it to come across, and it never came across. So I came back, got my call, went back in there and tried to cut tracks, and I went 3/4 of the way around it and never cut the track. So I think it dropped down this little ridge. It never crossed the road, and it was just in there hunting those deer. So I tracked my thing on Onyx, and you can see I followed it. You can see how it hunted by watching how I hunted. So you can kind of see how they just walk those ridges, and they're looking for those deer bedded right on those tops, and they're just going to jump on them. We'll just keep trying this season and try and take the bow as much as we can.